What is up, guys? It is your Chronos here, bringing you guys a WWE Raw review for tonight's episode or tonight's show. I know, not really an episode, but for the August 22nd, 2016 review. Tonight was out of the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. If you guys do want to, you guys can drop a like. I would really appreciate it, and also subscribe for more content like this in the future as well. I know it's been a while since I did a Raw review, just because I've been so busy and I really did not have, really didn't think the shows were worth reviewing just because they were so damn bad. But tonight, since it was Brooklyn right after SummerSlam, I figured I might as well give this show a review for you guys, since you guys have been requesting it as well. Not quite sure if I'm going to continue the reviews, but if the shows are complete shit, I really don't feel like there's even a point to review them. So if the show is decent, hey, you'll see me on here reviewing. If the show is a piece of shit and I didn't even, either that or if I missed the complete show, because I know there's a few times I actually had to work on Monday and didn't watch it. But if the show is complete shit and I really don't feel like reviewing it, there's a reason why there's no review. It's probably because the show is complete shit. But tonight, it was at least a decent show, and it's after SummerSlam, so I figured might as well throw up a review tonight, or make a review. Have the show kicking off with Finn Balor, Stephanie McMahon, and actually Mick Foley, the Raw GM. Basically, what happened last night in his match against Seth Rollins, he actually won the Universal title, which looks like complete shit, by the way. I don't know if they went down to the kindergarten class and made the kindergartners draw a picture of what they thought a belt should look like or what, but in my opinion, I think creative, or whoever created this belt, pretty much went down to kindergarten and took one of the drawings from the kindergarten class in the local in Connecticut. That's what I think what they did, because if you're that stupid to make a belt that does not even look like that, it pretty much looks like a belt with made out of fucking barf. That's really what it looks like. Either that or period blood belt. That's what a lot of people have been calling it, the period blood Universal Championship. A lot of shit like that. But that's what I'm pretty sure what they did. Just take fucking kindergartner's drawing of the WWE title and made it a reality. That's what I think they did. But belt looks like complete shit. Either way, Finn Balor actually was the first Universal title holder last night at SummerSlam, which I did not catch, by the way, because I was working, but pretty much got caught up on it this morning when I got up and shit like that. But he had to relinquish the title. Now it's going to be, there was actually a number of matches tonight where it's going to be made. If you win the match, you go next week into the Fatal 4-Way Championship match for the title. If there was 4 matches tonight, I think, 4 matches tonight for the, if you win, you go to the Fatal 4-Way next week for the title. Kick the show off with Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn. Now, right here, I thought Sami Zayn was going to win. They were playing out an ankle injury and a bunch of shit like that. In the end, Seth Rollins, again, picking up a victory over Sami Zayn for the second time now. And I think it was on last week's Raw, he might have won against him. Either that or the week before in their match. He won against Sami Zayn. So 2 times now, Sami Zayn actually ends up losing to Seth Rollins. Now, what I thought they were going to do right here and actually pull the trigger and actually let Sami Zayn go on to the Fatal 4-Way and actually let him win the title, which would have been what I would have did if I wasn't creative. You build Sami Zayn up as a babyface and you give him the title, which is probably one of the other people, aside from Kevin Owens and Balor, probably one of the other people on the roster that people actually want to see, just because he's so fluent and so good in the ring. His ring work alone gets him over. You have him actually biting a pedigree here. Seth Rollins moves on to next week's Fatal 4-Way. There's a few useless segments in this on Raw tonight as well. I don't know if I should really go over them, but if I remember them, I'll go over them, because I don't remember absolutely everything from the show, just because there's a lot of shit segments that you really don't remember. Big Cass, why he's even in the title picture is beyond me. I don't see him winning the title anytime soon. Where they belong is in the tag team division. Enzo and Cass, you had Big Cass going against, Big Cass, I think, was going against, who was it tonight? I think it was, Rusev, which actually ends up walking out of the match, and Big Cass picks up a countout victory. So Big Cass moving on to the Fatal 4-Way next week. Why he's even in the title picture is beyond me. I really don't know why he's in the title picture, to be honest. If it was me, I would have chose somebody different. Where Big Cass and Enzo belong in the tag team divisions. I don't even know why he's fighting for the Universal title, in my opinion. Pretty much just a wasted slot in the Fatal 4-Way. You have Neville versus Kevin Owens. I actually thought they were going to pull the trigger here, and I actually let Neville actually win this here, but Neville was kind of the underdog. I really didn't expect him to win. There were a few instances where I kind of thought they were going to pull the trigger, but in the end, you have Kevin Owens actually winning with a swinging torch rack neck breaker and picking up the win. He's going to be moving on next week to the Fatal 4-Way. And you have our main event, which I'm just going to get into right now. Props to the New York crowd tonight, letting Roman Reigns completely have it. They did not let up whatsoever on the boos. They had at one point you heard actually the children and all the girls and all the ladies that thinks Roman is tough shit screaming, "We want Roman," and then the rest of the crowd was like, "Roman sucks." Props to the crowd tonight. The New York crowd was completely insane. So props to you guys actually speaking your opinion. They were actually cheering for Y2J as well when Chris Jericho is a full-fledged heel in this match, and they were actually wanting Jericho to win. In the end, you have actually Kevin Owens come down to ring to try causing distractions and what let Jericho win. Kevin Owens gets super punched twice, and you have Roman Reigns pretty much powering out like a big-ass Superman, like he's off Marvel Comics, pretty much powering out of the walls of Jericho. He does not tap, he pretty much powers his way to the bottom rope. Then you have him punching Kevin Owens on the apron, dodging a reverse pinfall, and actually spearing Chris Jericho, and pretty much winning the match. The boos out after this was completely insane. This guy got literally booed out of the building for winning this match. Nobody wanted to see Rowan move onto the main event scene as well. They put him in a match with Rusev last night, which didn't even start. It ended in a brawl, and the match didn't even start. Now they're giving him the opportunity to go into the main event next week on Raw, and they're giving him the main event scene again, which in my opinion, he should stay in the mid-card. He does not deserve to be in the main event scene, and I wouldn't be surprised if they pulled the trigger and actually gave him the title next week, which is something I really wouldn't be surprised. Even though in my opinion it's probably going to go to either Kevin Owens or Seth Rollins. I really don't see Reigns winning it anytime soon, but they could always be that guy and actually push the corporate agenda, but again, Finn Balor is going to be out 6 to 8 months. He has like a shoulder injury, so that kind of sucks for him right when he wins the title. But other than that, pretty much got a lot of shitty matches tonight. You had the Dudleys actually trying to pretty much call it quits. They were actually having a split tonight for the Dudleys actually retiring. Well, not really. I'm not quite sure if they're retiring. I think they're just splitting up the team. You have these Shining Stars coming out, pretty much getting laid waste by the Dudleys. And out of nowhere, you have Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, the club, pretty much laying waste to him. And they actually put Dudley through, or Devon Dudley with a magic killer through the table, and pretty much end the whole scene. Not really much I can say here. The scene was pretty much kind of lackluster, but Titus O'Neil pretty much turning full-fledged heel tonight with the promo he actually gave. He pretty much said that Darren Young was pretty much a weight on his shoes or some weight on his ankles, and pretty much held him down to the point where you couldn't get to the main event seed. And if it wasn't for Darren Young, he would have already been a multiple-time WWE champion. Blah blah blah. Like you fucking were, Titus O'Neil. Like you would really be a multiple-time WWE champion. Hell no. Pretty much Bob Backlund comes out of nowhere, tries beating the shit out of Titus O'Neil, which he pretty much gets side slammed, and then after that you have Darren Young come out of nowhere and pretty much trying to beat the shit out of Titus O'Neil, and he receives a Clash of the Titus for it. What they're building here is pretty much, I'm guessing, Darren Young versus Titus O'Neil at the next pay-per-view, which is going to be actually Night of Champions, I think it is, or something like that. I think it's the Raw exclusive pay-per-view. I know the SmackDown one is going to be No Mercy, which I think is September. I know it's in the middle of September, I think, but other than that, you got Bayley making her debut tonight. I really felt bad for Bayley having to go against Botch Brooke tonight in her first debut match on Monday Night Raw. The crowd was completely eating the shit up. Bayley is over than pretty much everybody on her first night on Raw than anybody else on the roster except Sasha Banks. That's how over Bayley is right now. There's rumors going around that she's going to receive a massive push. She's the John Cena of the women's division, which I kind of believe because she's more of a child-related, more popular with the children, I guess. Assuming with her entrance and her attire, but her debut match going against Botch Brooke. This match really didn't do nothing for me. Of course, Bayley wins with the Bayley to belly. Botch Brooke, again, botching punches. You've seen in a few shots that the punches weren't even landing on Bayley. She pretty much like punched him like close to the face, and the punches didn't even land. She also botched something outside the ring. I think she got thrown through the ropes, and instead of going through the ropes, she got hooked in the ropes or something. Botched something again. Um, if I were creative, if I were Vince, I'd send her right back down to NXT because has not improved. She's been on the roster how long now with Charlotte, and she has not improved whatsoever. She just keeps botching after botching after botching. Thus the name Botch Brooke. Um, Dana Brooke is a piece of shit on the roster. Um, Really surprised Charlotte actually got the title back. Supposedly they're making a storyline of Sasha Banks actually injuring her back or some shit last night. There's no reports of her actually having an injury, so I'm assuming this is like a storyline injury because there's no reports of her actually having a legit injury to her back last night. So the only legit injury that happened was Finn Balor's shoulder actually getting thrown out of place and a torn muscle or some shit. He's gonna be out 6 to 8 months, so that's why I had to relinquish the title. But other than that, there really is nothing else of substance on the show, guys. I guess maybe Big E versus Carl Anderson, which pretty much was a squash match. Carl Anderson losing again tonight to Big E once again. I don't know how many times they faced already, but I'm pretty sure Carl Anderson lost every damn time he went against Big E, which I'm pretty sure I think they went like 2 or 3 times together already. And every time Carl Anderson loses, so made the club look like complete shit. I guess that's the reason why they broke up the Dudleys split towards the end of the show, just to show the dominant. But uh, other than that, nothing really else on the show, guys, of relevance. You have Braun Strowman go against Johnny Knockout, which was portrayed to be a gay guy, saying that he likes to go against big, sweaty guys. Um, But other than this, it was pretty much a squash match. I don't give a shit about Braun Strowman. He needs to get a new finisher. His finisher is complete shit. It doesn't even look like it would hurt. A reverse choke slam. He needs to get something more dominant, like a big ass power slam or something. I don't know. Guarantee you guys, Big Show is going to be his first legit opponent in a few weeks here, going into the next pay per view, the Raw exclusive pay per view. I can guarantee you guys, Big Show is going to come out and actually confront him one of these nights on Raw. Other than that, there's really nothing else on the show, guys. If I did forget something, it's not important enough for me to remember. But other than that, hope you guys enjoy this review. If you want more reviews like this in the future, feel free to subscribe down below and drop a like if you want to support this video. That'd be very, very awesome. Other than that, hopefully you guys enjoy. Uploads on this channel are going to be slowing down a little bit just because of school starting here in a few days. So second channel is the least of my priorities when it comes to both channels. So going to be slowing down content a bit on this channel. Main channel I'm gonna try to keep up with at least. So second channel is gonna get a little bit of a blow or a little bit of a slowdown in product, but other than that, I hope you guys enjoy. See you guys next time. Peace.